What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Estee Lauder has fired John Demsey. He is a super rich, or should I say was a super rich senior executive for the makeup company. He was there for 30 years. And he got fired for posting an offensive Instagram post. I don't even want to put it up because I'm afraid that y'all gonna flag me, okay? But basically, it said something like my N-word, it was kind of dissing COVID. The N-word was blurred out. And it was, like if we put it up in the black community, it's definitely no problem. Like we share memes like that all the time. But the issue is he's not black, okay? And he was making $10 million a year. And it was definitely considered a racist meme. And the brand just had to get like, listen, you got to get the hell up out of here. Okay. And I'm going to tell you something that a lot of people are glad to see this happen. Especially in the black community, because again, it's teaching that, white people should not play with us with those kind of phrases and memes. And, and he's going to lose his job behind it. But I kind of want you guys to understand something. He's probably going to get a big package. He has loads of money. He probably has loads of investments. And I wouldn't be surprised if he gets on with another brand sometime later after he apologizes to the black community and people accept it. His experience, after he does that for about a year, he'll be back working someplace else. And I think what we need to look at this, because a lot of times we can look at these as victories, and then we still have to understand one thing: our people are going to still be at the bottom. A lot of people who are clients of Estee Lauder probably are not black. We've seen what happened with Joe Rogan on Spotify. He didn't get fired, obviously because he's more tied to himself and not the brand. I think if Joe Rogan worked for a brand, he'd be fired. But I think that we have to look at the things that when something like this happens, what is it with us that our people benefit from? And again, I believe that just firing the guy, for me, hell, if you would have gave scholarships to the HBCU in terms of $5 million, he could have kept his job for all I cared, because that would have been something that helped our community. Okay. And I think that to move conversations forward for brand companies like this, if you really want to be made whole or feel guilty about something, what are the things that you can do to help our community? And I want people to understand this, is that we have to push our groups forward. These things should send us towards the brands that can respect the blacks, that are owned by blacks. We need to keep the monies more in our own communities, because we know that a lot of people, whether they want to admit it or not, this is how some of them feel. And we have to understand that a lot of people feel like this, and they're smart enough not to say it like him. Okay. We got to understand the game for what it is. You got to understand the game for what it is. There are many people, man, they'll smile in your face as black people, and behind your back, God knows what they're saying. God knows how they're acting, how they're behaving. And we have to be mindful of such things. We just do. And I think as black people, when these little things happen and we get these such little victories, like for example, when Donald Trump got took out of office, that was a moral victory. Our people are still behind, right? Ukraine's about to get $950 million for the war. Black people in America who fought in wars for many, many years, the descendants of them people are still not going to get anything. And we gotta look at that. We cannot take moral victories and brag about it, because how? Like him getting fired doesn't help the fact that our people are going to be disenfranchised. It's not. Before we get excited, look at so he offended our community. How does that affect us? Our community doesn't get anything from it, except for they can say that, oh yeah, we're not racist. We have another guy who feels just like him possibly, but he won't say that. He'll probably say it in the comfort of his own home. And if that gets spilled out, oh, I'm sorry. Okay. And we have to look at the moral victories. It's not tangible. There is much work to be done with our universities. I mean, we're lucky enough to have universities in the HBCU networks that have medical schools. We have engineering programs. We have farming and agribusiness programs. Like we gotta really start to look at, in our situations, how to improve our people with what we can already do. And when people offend us, the price that they need to do is to, hey, you feel like you're so bad about being racist, write that check, show us how you feel, and you keep supporting our people to catch up. Either you're going to do that or you're not. You feel bad for what happened. There you go. Make that check out to Tuskegee. All right. Make that check out to Morehouse. All right. To the United Negro College Fund. That is how you can show me that you're sorry for what you did. Otherwise, you are not. And when people offend us, one thing I could take from the European Jewish community, or Ashkenazi Jewish community, and Jews in general, hey, they don't let you live that stuff down. If you mess with them, you gotta pay. Okay, you gotta pay, bro. They're not gonna sit around and let you do anything that you want to do. Like if you do something, you have to pay, and it might not even be with your job. You might, because I remember with Nick Cannon, not only did he lose his job, he had to go through like certain counseling and all of that. They made him do all of that stuff. Okay, what is so different with us? And we gotta be mindful of these things, because they're gonna get rid of that guy. They bring in anybody else, boom. That guy comes back a year or two later with somebody else making the same amount of money. Goes to France, goes to UK, makes the same amount of money. He's still rich. Nobody's been impacted. He may even have a consulting role. Who knows? But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I already appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe with the bell. Check out the first comment at the top. And as you know, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high. I'm out.